just start this out. What is up? This is Metal Nate,
Duncan Destroyer,
and we are here with Alex from Whitechapel. Alex, how are you doing today?
Pretty good, man. No complaints. We had a really killer set here in Mansfield, and couldn't ask for more. Kids were awesome.
You guys are one of the heaviest bands on tour. How does that work out for you? Have you guys had consistently big crowds every stop on the tour?
Yeah, it's actually been really good, and I think just the response that all of the heavy metal bands have been getting on this tour, it's been so good that I think that it'll be something that future Warped Tours will probably do again. And you know, us, Suicide Silence, Amur, Parkway Drive, Every Time I Die, like we've all been getting really good responses. So
you guys are doing Wall of Death now at every stop?
Yeah, we try to. As long as Phil remembers to do it, we usually, you know, try to do it before This Is Exile, so kids know it's coming. So
sweet. What kind of ratio? How many songs off each album, I guess?
We try to mix it up. Right now we're playing 2 songs off the Smack Defilement, 2 songs off the new record, and the rest is This Is Exile, because you know that's obviously what's most memorable to kids and stuff. So eventually we'll try to incorporate more new songs into the set because you know it's the new CD's out. We're trying to promote it and stuff like that. So.
And how did the recording process for the new CD differ from the old CD? Well, from This Is Exile, I should say.
I feel like it was less rushed. We were able to put a lot more time into it. I think it definitely reflects on the music. I think the music's a lot better than This Is Exile, and I think the production overall is a lot better too. And I don't know. I love the album. I think it's you know, I think it's the best thing we've put out to date. So I'm really stoked on it.
Is there a particular track that you're really proud of, or that you really like a lot?
Probably Reprogrammed to Hate's my favorite because everybody else likes that song a lot too, but I just love that song because my favorite band is the Deftones, and you know we had Chino do guest vocals and like that on it. So
I we're just about to ask.
Yeah, how did you manage to get Chino to do it?
Our manager actually used to manage his side project, Team Sleep. And he lives in Sacramento, which is where Deftones, you know, are from and stuff. I think Chino lives in like LA now, but he used to be from Sacramento. And he's known him for a long time and stuff, so he just hit him up and he was like, hey, you know, one of my bands, you know, loves you guys. You know, they'd really be honored to have you on the CD and stuff. And he checked out the track and he liked it a lot, so he was down to do it.
That's so cool. So lyrically, I know you don't do the lyrics, but it definitely seems to me like there's been a lot of growth from Smack Defilement as far as the depth of the lyrics and sort of there's more meaning to the songs. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like on Smack Defilement, Phil was just trying to be as gross as he could, and
yeah.
you know, he was just trying to, you know,
nicer, exciser.
Yeah, you know, like trying to have the whole shock factor element, and just people just like, dude, this guy's disgusting, you know, stuff like that. And
so brutal.
Yeah, with This Is Exile, you know, he wanted to, you know, step it up because we were becoming a more mature band, and you know, this was becoming our career and stuff like that. So. You know, he matured the lyrics more, and then on this new record, there's really not a concept like there was on This Is Exile, but there's just kind of like an overall theme of like, you know, the downfall of humanity and stuff like that. So each song just kind of deals with its own meaning, and there's some more personal songs on the album, like especially to Phil. There's like a song on there about the death of his mother and stuff like that. So you know, it's definitely you know, as we get older, the songs are definitely becoming more and more meaningful for sure.
Okay. And I guess what was the influence for The Darkest Day of Man?
Lyrically, or
yeah.
Like I said, I think that song definitely kind of captures the theme of the you know, the CD as a whole. You know, about the downfall of humanity and just how the world is going to and stuff, because you know the line is the darkest day of man is upon us all, you know, talking about how like, you know, just the world as a whole is coming to an end and stuff like that. So
I mean, do you guys have a negative sort of view of, does that reflect like the band's view of society, or is that just sort of like a good topic for a song?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think we all kind of do. I mean, I think anybody in a metal band has a negative thought on most things, you know, so yeah, I don't know. I mean, most of us, I mean, we're nice guys, you know, we love our fans, and, you know, we joke around just like the next guy does, but I think everybody kind of has their, you know, dark side, I guess, so to speak, so.
Cool. I was going to ask Phil this, but can I ask you, does he do exhales or inhales, or both?
Exhales only. He has never done inhales in the entire history of the band. So even on Somatic, it was all exhale. So.
Wow, because a lot of his exhales today sounded like incredible.
What do you think would be your favorite band that you've ever toured with out of your whole touring career?
That's a tough one, but honestly, I would probably say the Black Dahlia Murder on Summer Slaughter and on Mayhem Festival. We toured with them. They're the funnest dudes ever. They're so much fun to watch on stage. They're just so precise, and their front of house guy just absolutely nails it. He dials it in perfect every day. They sound exactly like the CD every day. It's awesome.
And you guys did a really long touring like before this. You really didn't stop touring until January to write this album, right?
Yeah, I mean, we never really stopped touring, to be honest. Like, the first real break that we're going to have is actually after Warped Tour. We get like a month and a half off before we do our headliner in the fall. So, yeah, I mean, we're just road warriors, I guess, so to speak.
How was the tour that you did? You did a really long tour through America and then through Europe with Trivium. How did that go for you guys?
It was good. We really appreciate them, bringing us out. They're definitely, a really big band, and we were really honored that they would take us out to support them. And it was cool. Both tours were really good. So
sweet. And a lot of bands like in your genre have been labeled deathcore. How does Whitechapel feel about this? I know Suicide Silence likes to be called death metal with grooves, but do you guys care about the deathcore label? Do you embrace it? Do you reject it?
I don't think we really embrace or reject it. It's just kind of like we're just whatever. Like, to us, we just play metal. We're just a heavy metal band. That's what we try to do. Like, we don't sit down and start to write a song and go, okay, let's write a deathcore song. We just write whatever. If we write a death metal song and it has breakdowns in it, then that's what it is. But to us, it's just a metal song, So, I mean, I think that's what we'll always be. We have so many influences, from like progressive metal to death metal to just like straight up American traditional metal like Lamb of God and stuff like that, So I don't know, for us, like I said, we're just a metal band. That's all we care about.
Okay. And what's the coolest place you've ever played? Coolest venue, coolest country, or coolest tour stop anyway?
My favorite place to play is Australia, because it's just such a beautiful country. It's I don't know, when you go and tour there, it's like you're on vacation the whole time. It's really awesome.
Nice. When you're going into writing a song, do you write as a band all at once? Because there are 3 guitarists in Whitechapel, and does one person write all the guitars, or?
No, we all write collectively. We kind of do it. We kind of take a step back from each other, because if we're all in this, bands do it differently. Some bands all get together in the practice space and they jam it out and write songs. Some bands take a step back and write parts like separately and then come together and put it together. And that's the approach that we like to take, because we kind of have this syndrome that when we all get together in a practice space, it's just real noisy and nobody can talk about anything, and if somebody starts trying to talk about a riff, somebody starts playing and nobody can get an idea out. So we all go back to our computers and we have like programs that we program drums out or whatever and write riffs and stuff. Then we bring the riffs together and we pick out the best riffs that everybody likes, and we put those together with segues and just write songs like that. And then Phil takes the songs when they're finished and he writes his lyrics to the songs rather than pre-writing lyrics to the songs. And I feel like that way he definitely, that's why he has such good vocal patterns and stuff like that, because he's actually using his vocals as like another instrument rather than just like trying to smash lyrics into the songs where they don't fit. So.
That's awesome. And I guess lastly, you said you're headlining a tour after Warped Tour. Has this been announced yet? Like, can you give us any details of who you're touring with?
I can't tell you about it, but it will be the East Coast, and it's definitely coming to Boston. So.
Well, can you speculate as to like the types of bands that are on it, or?
Kids will definitely be into it. I'll just say it that way.
Any other bands on Warped?
It's going to be a 5-band bill. No bands on Warped that are going to be on it, but it's definitely, if you like our then you'll like all the other bands on the package for sure.
Okay, sorry, I know I'm trying to pry it out. Well, thank you very much for the interview. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.